Welcome to Smart Updates, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an update. I'm sure you've heard the news. The Philippines has just signed a historic $1.9 billion deal with South Korea's Hanwha Ocean to acquire its first-ever submarine fleet. This isn't just a purchase, it's a leap forward for the Philippine Navy, long reliant on aging surface ships. The agreement covers 2 advanced diesel-electric Jang Bogo-class submarines, plus training and technology transfer. For an archipelago with one of the world's longest coastlines, this is a game-changer. Submarines will give the Philippines a powerful new tool for surveillance and defense, filling a critical gap in its maritime security. The deal is the largest defense contract in Philippine history, reflecting Manila's urgency to protect its waters. Years of rising tensions in the South China Sea, especially with China's aggressive maritime claims, have pushed the Philippines to act. Filipino fishermen have been harassed, and Coast Guard vessels have faced dangerous encounters. Diplomatic protests have failed to deter these actions. Now the Philippines is investing in a credible deterrent, submarines that can operate unseen and unpredictable. The partnership with Hanwha Ocean includes comprehensive training for Filipino crews and technology transfer to boost the local defense industry. This move also strengthens strategic ties between Manila and Seoul, both key U.S. allies in Asia. The timing is no accident. The Philippines is sending a clear message that it's serious about defending its sovereignty. Submarines offer a level of deterrence and flexibility that surface ships simply can't match. With this deal, the Philippines is stepping up as a more capable and assertive maritime power. The world is watching as the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific begins to shift. The South China Sea is a vital artery for global trade and rich in resources, but it's also a flashpoint for territorial disputes. China claims almost the entire sea, overlapping with the exclusive economic zones of the Philippines and other neighbors. The Philippines faces daily challenges as China builds artificial islands and militarizes the region. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines, but China rejected the decision. Filipino fishermen are chased from their own waters, losing their livelihoods. The need for a stronger military presence has never been clearer. The country is moving from protest to deterrence. The South China Sea remains a dangerous chessboard, and the world is watching what happens next. The Jang Bogo class, or Type 209, is a proven diesel-electric submarine, originally German-designed and refined by South Korea. Known for stealth and endurance, it's ideal for patrolling the Philippines' vast archipelago. Its advanced sonar and weapon systems allow it to detect and strike targets while remaining undetected. The Philippine variant, likely the DSME 1400PN, is larger and more capable, able to stay at sea for up to 50 days. It can dive over 250 meters, making it hard to track in contested waters. The deal includes not just submarines but also a new base, maintenance facilities, and extensive crew training in South Korea. This comprehensive package ensures the Philippines can operate and sustain its new fleet. For a Navy with no prior submarine experience, this is a transformative leap. The transfer of knowledge and technology is as valuable as the hardware itself. The Philippines is laying the foundation for a modern, professional submarine force. The armed forces of the Philippines have long focused on internal threats, leaving their Navy and Air Force under-equipped for external defense. Most naval assets are outdated, and the fleet is no match for China's modern Navy. Recent modernization efforts have brought new frigates and aircraft, but a critical gap remains undersea capability. Submarines are the ultimate asymmetric weapon, allowing a smaller force to threaten a much larger adversary. Surface ships are visible and vulnerable. Submarines are stealthy and unpredictable. Even a small fleet can force a powerful enemy to divert resources and act more cautiously. The mere presence of a submarine changes the calculus for any potential aggressor. For the Philippines, this means a credible deterrent for the first time. 2 or 3 submarines can do what a dozen surface ships cannot: hold vast areas at risk and protect national interests. This acquisition fills the most significant gap in the country's defense posture. The Philippines is finally moving toward a balanced, modern military. The message is clear. The era of vulnerability is ending. The country is ready to defend its waters with new strength. Submarines are all about deterrence, convincing adversaries that any attack will come at a high cost. Their stealth creates uncertainty, forcing opponents to act with caution. For the Philippines, submarines offer three key advantages: intelligence gathering, sea denial, and credible combat power. They can secretly patrol contested waters, collect vital information, and track enemy movements. Sea denial means making it dangerous for any hostile navy to operate freely near Philippine territory. Even a small number of submarines can create a no-go zone for adversaries. In a crisis, they can disrupt enemy operations and protect key maritime choke points. Submarines also provide real offensive capability, able to sink warships and disrupt sea lanes if conflict erupts. This makes the deterrent credible and forces adversaries to think twice. The Philippines is no longer a passive bystander. It's now an active player in regional security. Submarines shift the balance, giving Manila leverage it never had before. The game in the South China Sea has changed. The submarine deal is a direct response to years of escalating confrontations in the South China Sea. Incidents like the 2012 Scarborough Shoal standoff and ongoing harassment at Second Thomas Shoal have shown the limits of diplomacy. China's Coast Guard and maritime militia use gray zone tactics, intimidation and coercion just short of open conflict. Filipino Marines are blockaded, supply missions are harassed, and fishing grounds are lost. China's strategy is to wear down resistance without triggering war. The Philippines faces a dilemma: respond and risk escalation, or do nothing and lose control. Submarines change this equation. They operate in a domain where gray zone tactics are less effective. Their presence introduces new risks for aggressors, making coercion more costly and uncertain. The Philippines is signaling it won't be bullied in its own waters. Submarines are a silent but powerful answer to years of pressure. The balance of risk is shifting. Most military analysts agree, submarines are a smart move for the Philippines. Dr. Colin Coe calls it long overdue, a way for a small navy to deter a much larger one. Submarines force adversaries to spend more on anti-submarine warfare, complicating their plans. Political experts see the deal as a sign of Manila's resolve and a shift toward assertive defense. The purchase signals a stronger alliance with the U.S. and a commitment to credible deterrence. But challenges remain. Submarines are expensive to operate and require years of training and investment. Retired Rear Admiral Rommel Jude Ong warns that without sustained support, the fleet could quickly become ineffective. The deal is part of a regional trend. Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia are also modernizing their navies. Gregory Poling notes this arms race increases the risk of miscalculation if communication isn't clear. The Philippines is joining a regional push for stronger maritime defenses. The stakes and the risks are rising. The Philippine submarine deal is a turning point in the South China Sea. Even a small fleet gives Manila new leverage and respect in regional security. China will have to rethink its operations, deploying more resources to counter the unseen threat. This complicates Beijing's strategy and raises the cost of its gray zone tactics. For South Korea, the deal cements its status as a major defense exporter and strengthens ties with Manila. Both countries, as U.S. allies, are deepening cooperation in the face of regional instability. The move could inspire other ASEAN states to bolster their own defenses, accelerating military modernization. While this may balance power, it also raises the risk of accidents or escalation. The region is entering a new era of uncertainty and competition. The Philippines is no longer a bystander. It's shaping the future of the South China Sea. The world is watching what happens next. The Philippine submarine deal isn't just a regional story, it's a global one. The South China Sea is a critical artery for world trade. Any conflict here would disrupt economies everywhere. The dispute tests whether international law or raw power will shape the future. The Philippines' stand is about defending rules and sovereignty, not just territory. The U.S.-Philippines alliance means any attack could draw in American forces, raising the stakes for all major powers. The deal strengthens a network of partnerships aimed at keeping the Indo-Pacific free and open. The risk of direct confrontation between the U.S. and China is real. This is about more than submarines, it's about the future of global order. The Philippines is showing that even smaller nations can stand up for their rights. The outcome will set a precedent for countries facing pressure from bigger neighbors. The silent submarines soon to patrol Philippine waters are a symbol of national resolve. The ripples from this deal will be felt far beyond Southeast Asia. The world's security landscape is changing, one submarine at a time.